brother, let's get right into it. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly why you're lifting weights, but still look the same. You may be consistent in the gym. You might be going 3, 4, 5, 6 days a week. However, day one, you look like this, and month 6, you still look like this. You're in the gym, you're putting forth effort, yet you're not changing physically. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly why this is happening to you, and more importantly, exactly what you need to do through actionable steps to actually see progress physically, unlike 95% of men. Because it's genuinely a tragedy to be putting in time, effort, and resources into the gym and into this thing and not getting any output out of all of your inputs. So I'm going to break all of this down for you. You might be asking, yo, who are you? Why should I listen to you? Great question. So this is where I started. I used to be fucking fat, basically. And fun fact, I was 45 pounds heavier than this, and I wish I had a photo to show you of how I looked like before I lost the weight. But I was so insecure and hated taking photos so much that I genuinely don't have a photo for you. I know it sucks, but that's how bad it was. So the best I have is after I lost about 45 pounds, and I was still basically overweight. With tits, love handles, I struggled with binge eating, ordering takeout, Chinese food, domino pie, slamming all that crap, smoking weed. You name it, I did it. Horrible. And I was able to transform myself into this lean, ripped, muscular menace with shoulder veins and a V-taper you see here. So I've solved this problem for myself. And not only did I do it for myself, I've solved it for others. For John over here, got ripped from home at 40 years old. Seth, Josue, all these guys lost a ton of weight, got lean, saw a ton of results. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do the same. So this is why you should listen to me. I've done this for myself and for others. And before we dive into like all of the tactics and hacks for you, let's be honest, bro. You lift weights, but you still look mediocre. You're that guy going to the gym consistently, yet you look exactly the same. You're not progressing. Your strength might have went up, but so did your gut. You got stronger, the weights are going up, but your gut got even stronger too, which is a problem. You start a diet and then you fall off after 2 weeks because you don't have the willpower or the discipline to stick to the thing consistently. You eat healthy, you eyeball food, you count calories in your head or protein in your head maybe. You've cut out the junk, you've cut out the sodas, yet you still look the same. So how's it really going for you, bro? The problem is you're not actually tracking your macros. So you eat healthy, but you're not tracking macros. You convinced yourself that you're not that fat. But in reality, you're not excited to take your shirt off. In fact, you're embarrassed. You might think you're in okay shape and you're not super obese and 80 pounds overweight, but the thought of you going to the beach in this very moment right now, you're not excited. You actually don't want to go because you're probably thinking, I should probably drop a few more pounds before going. Give me like a few weeks, maybe a few months, and then I'll go. Right? So you're not ready for the beach. You're not excited. That's you. You want to finally look like the guy who you've been training to become, which in all reality is the guy who's ripped with a six-pack, V-taper, broad shoulders, fucking slim waist, and you look crazy, right? That's what you want to look like. So let's be honest, this is you, right? Let's get into the actual reasons why you're not changing, right? So the first reason is you're not prioritizing your health and fitness. This is why you can't stay consistent and nothing changes. Dude, I've been doing this for years. I've been training since I was 15. I'm 22 now, over 7 years. I've been training men since I was 18. Over 4 years, right? So I understand what I'm talking about here, and I've never seen in my life somebody who's ripped not make this thing a priority, bro. I've never gotten to 11% body fat unless I prioritize this thing, man. No one's ever gotten ripped and in the best shape of their life by making this their 5th priority or not putting in effort and commitment into this thing. So you need to prioritize this, bro, because if you don't prioritize it, you're not going to be as consistent as you need to be with the right things, diet and exercise and habits and sleep to get the results you want. You have to prioritize it. You have to. There's no way around it. Or you're going to stay looking the same, right? So if you keep avoiding this, you're just going to end up wasting years with nothing to show for it. You're going to go to the gym unintentionally and look the same. And that's not what I want for you, bro. That's why I'm making this fucking video. So what should you do? Make it a priority. Here's how you're going to make it a priority, right? First thing, schedule your workouts. You have to make it a non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. Whether it's before work and you knock it out right away or after work. Set a time and a day you're going to do this thing. And if you know it's planned out in your Google Calendar, on paper, wherever you do it, I put on my Google Calendar. With my clients, we have an app where I have them schedule it out for the entire week. You have to schedule your workouts and you have to hit them. No excuses, no bullshit, no, oh, I'm tired. You go and you do it. This is what prioritization looks like. It's not always going to feel good, but you're a man. You do it anyway, right? Hope so. Bullet 2, get your training out of the way early if possible, right? So if you're able to, you might as well knock it out first thing. As soon as you wake up, get up an hour and a half earlier before work or before you start your business tasks. Start attacking this thing right away. You want to get it out of the way because then the rest of the day you don't have to think about it, right? Big hack. If you can do that. If not, do it after work. It doesn't matter. But the point is, if you can get it early, do it. So bullet 3, lock in a simple meal system and meal prep. If you're freestyling your diet, if you don't have an exact schedule with your food and you don't know what you're eating and when you're going to eat it, and you're not meal prepping, it's going to be very difficult for you to, on the fly, be able to get the results you want and eat the things you need to eat. You're gonna binge out, bro. If you don't have a set plan, DoorDash is right there, bro. What are you gonna do? The second it's inconvenient, you're going to go to the easiest possible option, which is your phone, which is calling the Chinese guy, getting your General Tso chicken with pork fried rice. Don't forget the egg roll. You know what I mean? So you have to meal prep because, bro, I'm not going to show you right now, but my fridge is full of 8 pounds of meat and like 4 pounds of sweet potato. So I know I could just whip that up right away. And before it runs out, I make more. You have to do this. You have to prepare to win. That's the only way. Saying no. I think a lot of people struggle with this. Your friends will invite you out to McDonald's, or I don't know, maybe not McDonald's, maybe a restaurant on the weekend. They'll invite you to drinks. Your coworkers will be, hey, let's go eat this shit, let's eat this donut. You're at the family function. Your aunt that you haven't seen in a while, in a few months, she's like, oh, just eat one slice of cake. Look at you. It's okay. Bro, you have to say no. If you don't say no to them, you're never going to get ripped. You have to let the dreams other people have for your life die in order for your dreams to live. If you say yes to other people, you are going to have the life they have or the life they want you to have. Have another piece of cake. Come eat this shit with me. You're going to look like them. You have to say no, and you have to say it without feeling guilty. When I was getting ripped, I said no to everybody. Family function, no, I'm not having cake. I'm only having this. I'm having my meal prep. People invite me out. No, I'm not going. Simple as that. You have to be able to hold your fucking ground and say no. If you don't say no, you're going to say yes. If you say yes, you're going to eat the donut and the pizza and the bullshit and everything that's keeping you horizontally gifted. It's going to keep you from making progress, so you have to say no. Another thing, hire a coach. That actually makes it a priority for you. I just literally a few weeks ago hired a boxing coach because I wanted to take my combat skills to the next level. I wanted to make it a priority. I've been putting it off straight up. I knew men should be capable physically, but I haven't been actually prioritizing it. So I knew if I just go to the free classes at the gym, the group classes, I'd go once or twice a month and I wouldn't take it seriously, which is kind of what I was doing. So I knew I had to hire a coach and pay this dude $1,000 a month for 3 sessions a week for me to actually prioritize it and make it a serious thing. And as a result, in a few weeks, I'm actually getting better and making a lot of progress in my boxing journey, right? So you have to do the same thing with your fitness, right? I mean, you don't have to. Obviously, you can get ripped without a coach, but it's going to drastically give you an advantage. You're going to have a lot more information. You're going to have a lot more leverage on yourself to get in the best possible shape. And bro, you don't have to hire me. I don't give a fuck who you hire. You could hire me, you could hire a different coach that you like more. But the point is you need to get leverage on yourself and make it as easy as possible for you to prioritize your fitness. And just understand, if fitness isn't a priority, looking and feeling your best will never happen. Reason 2 why you look the same. You fell into the fake progress trap. This is what I like to call it. You're lifting heavier, but you don't look any bigger, leaner, or better. Understand, brother, if it doesn't show on your body, it's not progress. I see too many dudes stay in this trap, bro, and here's why. You're stronger, so you think you're progressing. You convince yourself, oh, I'm getting better. Bro, the goal isn't to have a higher bench. Sure, that could be a sub goal, but your real goal is to be ripped, look aesthetic, be attractive, and look in the mirror and feel proud of yourself. You need to be making physical changes. Get real, bro. Have you actually looked a lot different since you started? Like drastically. Like the guys in the beginning and the way I made my transformation. Are you seeing those types of results? Because those were a few months. Except me, that was a few years. The other guys were a few months. Understand, you have to look different in the mirror. Your goal isn't to be a power lifter with a big ass pregnancy gut, but you could lift 500 pounds, real fucking macho man, right? Bro, if that's your goal, get the fuck off this channel. I mean, I'm kidding. No offense, right? No offense to powerlifters and shit. Actually, full offense. I don't give a fuck. But you have to make it a priority to actually have visible changes. You're not trying to be a powerlifter, bro. You wouldn't be on this video if you wanted to be fat as shit, but able to lift 500 pounds. Your real goal is to look in the mirror, be proud of yourself, break necks when you're at the beach, have men genuinely shake your hand and respect you because they see a bicep vein, have women be extremely attracted to you and stare at you in the street. Like you want to have that feeling like you're that fucking dude, right? That's the real goal. So you getting stronger and your weight's going up, nobody cares. Nobody's looking at you fat thinking, oh, but he could bench 300 pounds. It doesn't matter. Another reason why you're stuck in this trap, you don't take progress pictures. Progress pictures force you to face reality and look at the truth. You can't run from the truth when you look at the way you look. You haven't been taking any progress pictures. I personally take progress pictures at least once a week. And I get to look at myself and realize, okay, am I making progress or am I not? And if for some reason I ever go off the rails for like 2 days, I'll take a progress pictures and I realize, oh, dude, you let yourself go. I can't let this shit happen. I face reality so I could solve the problem. But if you're not facing reality on a consistent basis, how are you going to solve the problem you can't even see, right? I make my clients do this too. Every 2 weeks, they take progress pictures so we can analyze and improve. You have to do this. Another reason you're stuck in this trap is you got comfortable being average, bro. You got comfortable. Maybe you're not 80 pounds overweight anymore or like ever, but it doesn't matter. Maybe you think it's not that bad. But bro, you know you could be way better. You know you're destined for more. You know you shouldn't be kinda in okay, like slightly above average shape. You know you're meant to be ripped, six-pack, veins busting out the shoulders. You know you got to be top 1%. That's why you're watching this video. You think like me. You have to be the best. So there's no way you're cool staying the same. And the thing is, you might be comfortable and complacent, but deep down, you're not proud of the way you look. You're embarrassed. You have those thoughts, bro, when you look in the mirror at night. When you're done taking a shower, you look and you're like, fuck. You shouldn't think that way, bro. Men don't look at themselves and think, shit. You need to look at yourself and think, holy shit. Holy shit. That's how you need to think about yourself when you look in the mirror, bro. I'm telling you, when you get to 11, 12% body fat, that's how you start looking. I'd be looking at myself like that, right? I'm mid-cut. I'm at like 13, 14% body fat. I'm getting back to like 11, 10. But, bro, I'm telling you, you have to look at yourself and think, I'm the shit. If that's not happening, like, you're comfortable, you're complacent. Get the fuck out of there. It's a bad place to be in. Here's how you break out. You take weekly progress pictures. Make it a non-negotiable. Face reality on a consistent basis so you can adjust. You have to see the problem to be able to solve the problem. Focus on fat loss. A lot of you guys are real chubby and chunky trying to go to the gym. I need to make my arms bigger and my chest bigger. Bro, you're fat. If you don't have a six-pack, you're fat. I don't care if you have a two-pack. I don't care if you have a flat stomach or if you're not like 80 pounds overweight. You're fat. If you look down and your abs aren't there, what's covering them? Fat. You're fat, bro. It's fine. You have to admit it and then you can change it, right? So you need to focus on fat loss because it's the fastest way to visually change. It will take you a long time to build all of this muscle. But if you lose 10 pounds of fat, do you know how much different you're going to look? You're going to unlock new veins. You're going to unlock new definition and striations in your muscles. Bro, the last few weeks I've been cutting my V-line, you know, like right under your stomach. It got so sharp. I'm like sharp, bro. It's crazy. You will see so much progress because you have some muscle under that fat, but it's covered by the fat. So as soon as you get rid of it, you're going to start seeing more abs. You're going to start seeing more definition, more cuts, and the muscle you actually have. You have to focus on fat loss, and you have to commit to a cut. You have to commit to a cut, bro. I'm yelling too much. Give me a second. I need some water. I'm rejuvenated. You have to commit to a cut. Most men are scared to commit to a cut because they don't think they could do it, because they quit 2 weeks in because they don't have the willpower or discipline. They think they're going to become too small and they need more muscle, or whatever other reason. You have to commit to the cut. It's going to make the biggest visual change that you could possibly create for yourself. Reason 3, I think that was 2 I put up. 3, you don't know your macros and you don't take your diet seriously. You cannot outtrain a diet you do not understand. You can't. You can't. I don't care if you're working out 7 days a week, training until failure every single set like a dog for 5 years in a row, on top of a mountain. You've mastered martial arts on top of that. I don't care, bro. I don't care how much effort you're putting in, brother, in the gym. If your diet isn't perfectly locked in, doesn't mean perfect, but it's not locked in to a certain degree. If you don't know your macros and exactly what you're eating and why, you're not going to change. Your diet is 80 to 90% of the results. Guessing is why you're stuck. Tracking your macros is the most important factor when it comes to looking and being fit. You're training your ass off, but your diet is trash and your macros aren't locked in. You will not look better. You will stay looking the same. Your fat's going to be all up on your waist, and you're going to have little ass man tits, man boobs. You don't want that shit, bro. You need to look a lot better than that. So you have to dial in the macros. You can't guess your way into your results. It doesn't make sense. When you come up to a guy who's extremely ripped, and you ask him, hey, bro, how'd you get ripped? He's not going to go, I don't know, oops. He had to eat a certain way. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew how much protein he was getting a day. He knew how much calories he was consuming on a daily basis. He knew exactly what was going on. He's not going to tell you, oops, I don't know how I got in shape. I don't know how I got to 11% body fat. You have to track. You can't eyeball or eat healthy. I've done this before. I was the guy when I was 20% body fat, soft as shit. I was eyeballing all of the food. Oh, that's probably like 600 calories. That's like 25 grams of protein. You know, I cut out, eating out, but you still look the same. So how's it really going for you? You have to actually track, and you have to know what macros you need to hit. Otherwise, you're going to stay stuck, straight up. Results aren't an accident. How to stop guessing. Download MyFitnessPal. I use this. I have the premium version because I don't play around. I don't play games, brother. I take it seriously. I track all my food. As you can see, I'm at 116 grams of protein, 896 calories today. And don't forget your steps. I'm at almost 8,000. That's not in this video, but get your steps, and that's another topic for another video. But you got to stay active. Anyway, track your macros. Download MyFitnessPal. This is what I use. This is what my clients use. You don't have to get premium. It's free if you want. Track everything you eat. I don't care if it's a grape, a raisin, A restaurant meal, I prefer you not go out to a restaurant because it's extremely hard to track because you don't know how they actually prepare their food, what kind of oil they put in, all of these things. But you need to track everything, whether it's one grape or a full meal. Everything you eat needs to be logged. You have to be accurate and precise. Measure it out, weigh it out, all of it. And when you do this, the first 2 weeks, we got balloons. The first 2 weeks, you need to find your maintenance calories. Your maintenance calories is the amount of calories you eat on a daily basis to not gain weight and not lose weight, to stay exactly the same. This is a very important metric you need to find and discover because it's going to determine it's going to determine what macros you actually need to hit to see the most physical changes. You need to build 2 to 3 repeatable meal templates. So listen, bro, I eat the same 2 to 3 meals every single day. My clients do the exact same thing. It's because it's so easy. We don't have to sit here and guess, oh, what am I going to eat today? Is this going to fit in my macros? Oh, I'll just order DoorDash and Grubhub and Chinese food and pizza and, hopefully hit my macros. No. Find 2 to 3 meals you genuinely enjoy that you don't get sick of. For me, it's sweet potato and beef. Find 2 to 3 meals you enjoy that hit the macros you need to hit and just eat that consistently. Because the hardest thing to do is consistently switch up your meals and hit your macros. It's too much mental guesswork. It's too much thinking. It's too much unpredictability. You're a busy dude. You got shit to do. Make it as easy as possible. Take all the thinking out of it. Automate it, right? And adjust based on results. So that's pretty much it. If you're seeing progress, continue. If you're not, you need to adjust your protein, your carbs, and your calories. And that's it. And if you just track your macros and know the exact macros you need to hit and you're consistent with it, you're going to see results. Otherwise, you're going to stay stuck. So that's really everything in this video, guys. I know this was valuable, so I'm glad you enjoyed the video. And if you want to work with me directly so I can help you implement all of this, so you have leverage on yourself, you stop wasting your time, and you actually see physical changes and get absolutely ripped for the summer, but not even just for the summer, for the rest of your life. Click the link in the description and book a time to talk with me directly. We'll go over everything you're going through, your goals, your struggles, and come up with a game plan for you to get there, if you're a good fit, obviously. So that's all for this one, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace the fuck out. Shit, I gotta end the video now. Hold up.